Hello and welcome to our fourth session here in the Ruins of Roltaria, joined, as always, by our table of players.
Hey guys, I'm Kyle and I'm playing Azreal, our Shadow Sorcerer.
Hi, I'm Ripley and I'm playing Fang, the Tabaxi Rogue.
Hi, I'm Amy and I'm playing Zethia, the Barbarian Goliath.
Before we dive in, you might have noticed down below at this point, we are on the fourth episode, so it should be apparent by now that all of the various parts of the episode will be timestamped. So if you're looking to skip an intro, skip a recap, dive right in, all of those will be timestamped below. But I don't think we have anything else to cover tonight, so we'll dive right in to the Ruins of Roltaria. In the entry tunnels of this mine on the edge of Silverfin, after forcing the last surviving goblin to speak, the party learned of the Crimson Cabal, the gang that once held Silverfin, before Sakir killed their leader and bound the remainder into service. The goblin revealed that their new leader was named Zakara, and Azreal responded by granting him a quick death. The party pushed deeper into the mines and came upon Cabal members working the stone, mining and transporting crates of a translucent white gemstone. An attempt to deceive their way through quickly collapsed, leading to violence. One goblin tried to flee to warn Zakara, but was cut down on their way, and while Azreal's shadows filled the chamber, struggling to control his growing power, Fang and Zethia moved through the space, eliminating resistance, including a goblin who was second in command for the Cabal, who tried to flee but did not make it very far. After regrouping, we advanced through that central cavern to where Zakara, a crimson tiefling wielding a warhammer, and the rest of the Cabal were stationed. The chamber was filled with sorted piles of these same gemstones that were later revealed to be quartz, now held in similar value by the Watch to that of copper pieces. A tense discussion followed as the party and Zakara clashed over supplies. Azreal argued that with so many Cabal members now dead, fewer mouths remained to feed, and while Zakara insisted that any surplus should return to the village. Despite Sakir's betrayal, she remained focused on protecting the town, and it was revealed that the town themselves had voted to survive on half rations while the Cabal mined the caves, then using that proceed to sustain the town. Though it would seem that not all of the townsfolk agreed, including some of the ones that you had spoken to, before making a hasty visit to the mines. Through intimidation, the party forced Zakara to yield. Fearing for her life, she offered the party the supplies intended for her now deceased crew members, barely enough for your journey on the road ahead. During that exchange, she spoke of responsibility and the need for someone to hold the fractured Badlands together, a sentiment that briefly triggered Azreal's aggression before Fang intervened. An intense moment followed between them, but Fang's conviction prevailed, and Zakara was left alive. As the party departed, Fang was recognized as someone tied to Sakir's crew. Zakara stated that while she had no interest in your mission, it would be much welcome news to her if she learned of Sakir's passing. And that is where we pick up, as you all have made retreat from these caves and out into the night air.
What a banger of a recap, holy!
That was a slamming
That's
recap.
bright, that's dark. There we go.
Oh, yeah, this is a vibe.
Out here in the wilds, Still a good 6 to 8 hours travel from Silver.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm going to take that again.
Yeah.
Mainly because I got the timings wrong. Out here in the wilds at the entrance to this cave, a good 10 hours travel back to town. Large crate of supplies now between the three of you and a single horse to help you get back. What is the plan here as we exit in the probably near the stroke of midnight as you exit the caves?
How long does it take to get out of the caves?
You're at the entrance of the caves.
Yeah, but like how long did that all take? Because I've got my focus strength up for 10 minutes, which is allowing me to carry everything.
A half-hour walk probably back to the entrance.
Oh, I see. So I would have needed help eventually, but that's okay. Yeah, because I can only do that once. That's all right. I got it most of the way.
Before we continue, I will mention that in this crate you have 24 rations, 3 bedrolls, 2 tinder boxes, and 9 days worth of horse feed.
Oh, horse feed.
The almost exact amount we needed. Whoa.
So just to divvy it up a bit, are we just all splitting the rations evenly, or are like some going to me and you're not getting some? What's the plan here with that?
Ask Azreal.
So, I know you don't eat at all, barely. How many of those can I take? And I gesture to your share of rations.
How about I carry my share, and if you ever need some, I can offer them.
That sounds good. They are technically yours.
How many do I get?
8 rations for each. Yes, you said 24, right?
24 rations, 3 bedrolls, 2 tinder boxes, 9 days worth of horse feed.
Too tender.
One bedroll. We're probably gonna have to find some place to rest for the night.
It's like night, or just getting night?
Midnight.
Midnight. And where do you propose we do that?
Not outside the cave of the angry people that we just murdered half of their men.
So you think you'll find some sort of shelter out here?
Shelter is a nice word for it. We might find a slightly secure spot.
All right, but I doubt any of us are gonna get a lot of sleep.
Fang, you seem like you're good at finding places to hide from in the rain if it starts pouring down. You got any idea where we can rest?
You're suggesting I hate the rain.
No? I assume that you look like you've struggled in the streets for a while.
She looks around at the tree line. She'll climb up a tall tree and get a overview with as much distance as she can with her dark vision for any secluded areas that could work as a camp.
Yeah, totally. Go ahead and give me perception or survival. Yeah.
Perception or survival. 1. That is a 25.
25. Right.
Perception.
On a 25, You just spent the following morning trekking from town to this part of the Badlands. It was pretty apparent to you that if there were any dangerous creatures out here, that you would have either seen them or that the Cabal would have likely mentioned them. So on a 25, finding a small nook in the tree line at the base of the hill, mountain, whatever you want to call it here, that this mine is dug into. A small alcove that is backed off by trees, and with that knowledge that this is a relatively safe place, you find a spot that would be capable of potentially even a long rest if you would prefer to take one before heading back to town.
She'll jump down from the tree. That way. And she'll start walking.
As she starts walking, Azreal will like lead the way then.
I'll just follow behind.
Fang will walk slow to try and like be within range of Azreal.
Yeah.
I guess Zethia will grab the horse.
Who's taking the box?
Wait, does that horse just fit on the horse somewhere?
We're not gonna.
You've got a bareback horse and a crate.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna take my 50-foot rope of mending, and I am going to attempt to fashion something where the where the horse can drag the crate behind it.
Yeah, totally. I will let you pick whether this is animal handling or survival.
Survival, please.
What's your animal handling?
+2. My survival, I'm proficient in that.
You surviving?
I am surviving. 23.
23.
That's cool.
Preferring a sturdy knot and a well-created harness here over the comfort of the horse. There is definitely a bit of discomfort, but you fasten something that will not give, will not break, and will not snap, and will definitely make it back to town.
Sick. And I'll stick with the horse, though, to make sure that, he doesn't break down or something.
You eventually all move through the forest 10, 15 minutes until you find this alcove here that is behind you, protected by mountainside, and in front of you, protected by a rather thick tree line. Is there anything that anyone is doing here as we bed down for the evening?
I'm going to specifically find a corner where my back is against it so that I have very clear view of these two. And just sit there in silence and just, start rolling stuff out and, settling down for the evening, but watching both of them.
Azrael's gonna push the crate against the wall. Just gotta sit on top of it.
No.
Fane's gonna look for stuff to make a campfire.
Yeah, all right. Easy enough to do here. The earth is dry, the trees are all half dead. You can pretty quickly scrounge together a campfire here. With the bedrolls that you got, set up a somewhat comfortable camp here.
Zethia,
Yes?
did you get your fill from today?
My fill?
Fighting.
Oh, yes, I did, thank you. Interesting that you would ask that.
I know you enjoy fighting strong targets.
Oh, that I do.
It's quite a lot of fighting today, actually.
My kind of day.
Interesting day.
Interesting day.
Very. I don't mind having the first watch.
Listen, I'm going to be very, very honest with you right now.
Please.
After the display back there in the caverns, I don't think I will be sleeping. I will keep an eye on you two.
What display are you talking about?
You clearly were about to duke it out in there.
I wouldn't have duked it out with Fang. I was merely asking if how far Fang would have gone to stop that from happening. The second I learned that it was fighting-wise, I need to break up our gang of misfits already. I have a mission.
Well, let's just say technically, I don't know either of you. So I am quite happy to just sleep at a later time. I'll manage. I'd rather stay awake and think about that and maybe not just turn my backs on you two.
Up to you.
Fang's gonna go into bedroll,
Mm-hmm.
just like not say anything, and she'll actually have her back facing both of them, but she'll make it noticeable that like her ears are pointing towards them.
Yeah.
Maybe some people have it easier, but me, I don't know. I don't like when distrust is so easily formed over one small thing.
Trust is an interesting thing.
It's an important thing.
Trust is untrustful. There are so many ways to gain trust, to build trust, that I feel doesn't actually come from trust.
I'm not going to lie, you've lost me now. But I'm sure you mean well by those words.
Hopefully one day you won't have to get it.
Alright, well, it's up to you whether you feel like you can trust me not to stab you in the back while you sleep. That's entirely up to you.
The reason I asked to go and watch was for the same reason, but we've had to set camp together a few times now, so if you wanted to try kill me, you could have already.
I like that outlook.
You can have the watch.
Lovely.
Just make sure you keep watch. And his eyes will drift to Fang.
Don't worry, my eyes are peeled.
And Azreal will, like, his cloak and just, like, bundle it up and, like, stay sitting on the crate.
So who here is actually attempting to take a long rest? Okay. Then you guys can mark off rations.
I just need 4 hours, though.
Sure. Good to know. For Zethia. Not immediately, but come sunrise, after 24 hours without a long rest, we'll be making a roll to see if you are exhausted for the travel that follows. Can you give me a perception check?
14.
14. Azreal,
Mm.
as you are allowing yourself to rest, before that moment where your mind goes blank,
Oh, God.
there are no words. There is no vision. Just the feeling of a presence. Warm and pleased. Azreal and Fang complete a long rest here as we move to morning.
Sir? Excuse me?
So it's just a nice dream.
Sorcerer.
Move to morning. That's the wrong one.
Ugh.
Morning. Having bunked down at midnight, by the time that the sun begins to rise and long rest is finished here, the sun is crested over the horizon, the warm air of the Badlands picking back up. Can I please get a Constitution saving throw from Zethia?
You good at con, right?
I am.
The second one sound like you
Not
doubted
today.
yourself.
13.
13. That is enough to not be exhausted after 24 hours without a long rest. But should you go much more than that, it will start to add up.
Alright.
What is the plan for the day ahead?
Good morning. You are all still alive. Yippee. No,
Fang-
not funny.
Fang will
No.
just do like a cat stretch in the morning out of the bedroll.
Azreal will, kind of in a, not like out of character really, but he'll like, as he hops off the crate that he was sitting on, he'll like, it's a little more pep in his step. You know, a little extra pep.
Nice.
Or maybe a little hint of a pep.
You know what you should try? Food. I bet you'd put an even more bigger pep in your step.
Look, you know, sometimes you only need a little bit. A little bit goes a long way.
You know what? Fair. Alright, let's get back to this town. I would like to continue our journey.
I'm gonna, as we're walking,
Yeah.
I'm gonna fall back a bit.
Yeah.
To meet Zethia. I'm just gonna lean in. I didn't expect you to keep watch the whole night.
Of course. Why would I not?
Look, I respect not trusting people. However, you're very good at what you do. And I like that. You'll need to rest if you're to continue to do that, though.
I will do that. But back there was not the time for me to rest, especially being so close to the cavern and potentially things between you and Fang maybe being a bit... It was a good time to maybe take one for the team, if you will.
If you need me to step in at any point, ask. I don't need to rest that long. I was back at it for about half of that, right?
I noticed you changed your posture a bit. I was wondering what that was about. I appreciate the offer, and I might take you up on that later.
All right.
The sound of a crate being dragged across dry earth as conversation is being had. Till eventually, several hours travel back to town, to Silverfin. For the amount of food that these people have, there's still a liveliness about them. They're still having to get things done to keep the village operational and to keep people alive as best they can. You can see that by the time that you get back, it would be mid-afternoon, at which point a familiar-looking Goliath would be sitting down in the town square. These huge buckets of water that he would drop down as people would come out with water skins and start filling them up and thanking him.
What a dear.
People grateful to have fresh water and even though it has been all that they have eaten for weeks, are happy to have some fresh fish in town as well. But eventually you arrive back here on the outskirts of town, with a horse lugging a crate behind it.
All right, we need to find Toromir and Azan so that we can continue our journey. Hopefully they weren't too worried that we were gone so long.
I know currently we're following Sakir's trail and not your masked person.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure that if he was going to go anywhere, it would be to the same place that your Sakir went to.
That's what I was wondering. Don't have to disclose if you don't want to, but do you know what type of person they are? Like, habits, what they might decide to do?
Zethia kind of, like, zones out for a bit, almost as if recalling a fond memory before coming back to you and addressing you. Not a man of many words, but a very talented fighter. And you could say he was a good friend, and I'd like to find him.
Well, admittedly, they gave me no more of an idea where you might find him. But
Unfortunately, that is really all there is to him. He literally does not talk, like, at all.
interesting. Well,
Makes for a good sparring buddy.
are we kind of outside the city still, just a little bit, like
Yeah,
before
just
entering?
outside town.
Last night, before resting, I realized something. Well, I'll share that with you guys now. Sakir. I know why he's going to Balam.
Is it not just the next biggest town to go to?
It is the next biggest town, but it's ruled by a faction.
Which faction is that?
The Watch. He's gonna join them.
Fang will immediately turn around. Why the fuck would he do that?
You know, not quite those words, but yes, why would he do that?
Sakir is a man that will run with a tail beneath his leg. He has nowhere else to go, and with newly found, perhaps friends, as they were now in the den, he's going to join back, well, go there, join them for security, for safety. However, that will weaken him. People that rule on fear won't last forever. It'll be hard for him to adjust in a place like that. So we will get a chance.
I feel like it does also mean that it'll make your jobs a whole lot harder getting to him.
Yes. Think he'll be weaker because of it, but we'll have to dodge more sights.
You really think the Lodge is just going to accept him as a member?
I would.
Well, if he already welcomed them into the den, chances are he's been trying to make good with them.
Also think, the one thing all these factions want is rule over this place. The one person that had a hand over the den asking to join you, would you not take that? That almost guarantees that you could take over the den.
He did just leave an entire town destroyed. Maybe he might not have such an easy time, considering the Watch were there too, and probably suffered a lot of casualties.
That's why I don't think he'll have as much power as he thinks he will go in there. They'll probably allow him, but he won't have the sway that he's hoping.
Alright, well, let's put everything together and we'll start making our way and we can ponder this further. And I'll start going around looking for
Turn
Turin. Is that his name? Turamir?
Yep.
Turin. Turamir and Azen. See if we can find them anywhere. Because to them, how long have we been gone?
Day.
Like a day and a half?
Yeah. Fang left first thing in the morning, so yeah, a day and a half. Yeah.
Okay. I'll go to like the community area, if you will, and have an ask there.
It's a lot of rations. We can't just carry this amount of rations, can we?
Then you're going to walk through town with a crate full of rations?
Well, I wasn't thinking that, but also we're not taking the cart with the horse when we leave, right?
Oh crap! I forgot about that.
How many rations can one just casually carry?
I mean, if you divvy these up, you'll be able to take them in your packs.
Yeah. It's just a matter of the other stuff. Like the
bedrolls and that, but like, oh yeah, and the
That
feed.
could go
But
on
the
the
feed
back.
we can.
Pack right? No, bedroll, no. Bedroll on the
Very
horse.
difficult.
The bedroll's on the horse, classic.
Bedrolls, yeah.
Uh,
But the horse feed, though.
we
What do we do about the horse feed? There's so much of it, or at least it does seem like a lot.
we need to get like a bag for the horse. Can it
How
wear?
much can the horse carry? Like, could it carry 9 bags of feed if it was properly secured?
9 bags of feed is generous. 9 days worth of feed is
Nah,
different.
sorry, 9 days worth of feed.
You guys, if you were to leave the cart behind, could take the bare essentials between your packs and lugging half of the shit on the horse.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. It'll be interesting to try and convince Toromir and Azen to leave pretty much all of their belongings here.
Well, we have to go off the road, and I don't think a cart's going to do that. On that note, I like grab my share of the rations out the crate, and I walk over to Zethia.
Payday.
Look, he like turns around and lifts the cloak up. I guess my shadow arm's out right now.
Yeah.
I don't have a bag, so you can just fucking have them.
Oh yes, more for me. You giving me all 8?
Yeah.
thing.
When do they go off?
They're rations. They'll last months.
Don't worry,
okay.
nothing goes off
They
around
dry.
me. I eat it all before it goes off. Trust me.
It's essentially dried, like meat jerky, dried fruit, and hardtack is what rations are consisting of.
Delicious.
Where would they stay? Sleep? The inn?
I figured the community building thing,
All right,
and that is where I go.
I follow.
Splitting your rations, taking the horse back to where it needs to go, and moving through town. Eventually finding yourselves, by the time you get back to town mid-afternoon, heading towards that kind of communal house. Is Fang walking with the group here?
She's actually gonna hang back with the cart, the crate.
Yeah, totally.
Back in.
Two of you heading towards the community building there. Large collection, maybe 20 or so. A good quarter of the town is here. It is not often that one of the townsfolk comes back with fresh fish, so they are enjoying a bit of a communal meal here. Turamir and Azen are both sat at a table with the wolfkin individual that you'd spoken to 2 nights before at this point. They see you enter, and Turamir will just give a wave.
And I'll walk over. All right. We have the horse back. We've got some little bit more supplies, and we'll figure out what the next thing to do is. We won't be taking the cart.
I'm sorry.
If you want to travel further, it'll be better without the cart.
We need to go off road.
Indeed.
He kind of looks at the wolfkin at the table. Wolfkin gives a bit of a nod and walks off, giving one of the two of you his seat and pulling out the other one as well. Turamir will kind of look at the both of you. I have spent some time speaking to the locals about what our journey might entail. I would very much like to take my belongings with me.
And how do you suppose you will do that?
You understand, I am making this journey with or without you. The coin that I gave you was to get me in the carriage to that city. It is... Let me put it this way. The information that I have gathered, we have 2 routes out of this town that head south. There is a quicker option, but it will be dangerous. There is a slightly longer option that we cannot be certain how long it will take. Either path, we can take the cart. Yes, it will add some time to our journey, but I am in no rush.
You're in no rush, but I know other people are. How much extra time is this short, dangerous route of yours compared to where we were wanting to go?
It was recommended to me not to even mention the optional route. We can make it to Bellum in as little as 6 days, if we traverse the Scorched Belt.
What does Zethia know of the Scorched Belt in terms of, like, what resides there that might pose a threat?
Give me a nature check.
16.
16. All sorts of creatures. This land is rife with war. There are creatures that feed off of that make it part of their ecosystem. But they do not live on the battlefields. They tend to retreat into the Scorched Belt. Any number of denizens. You would be lucky to go a day without finding something to fight if you traverse the Scorched Belt.
As Scorched Belt
Yeah.
is mentioned, you'll notice there is a flicker of actual light bulb moment for Azreal. I know a little bit about the Scorched Belt, actually.
And what is this little bit that you know?
He's been, around, not near it, but he saw.
Yeah.
He got close. I know 2 things. One of them you're gonna really hate. Actually, everything is really unhelpful. I know some of the creatures, one of the creatures that are near it. Fought one once.
Okay. There are lots of creatures there. If we do take that route, we will be fighting something almost every single day.
And I heard a rumor that the mages have been around the Scorched Belt recently.
You know what? We don't have to go that way. We can go another way.
Most certainly. The other option, it is less guaranteed. On average, it's a 9-day journey.
Ugh.
We go through the Barrow Peak Pass, through the foothills and the mountains, but there will be obstacles to overcome.
And your cart can go through that?
If we are careful with our paths, then yes. It will be a difficult journey either way. Making a little extra room for a cart won't be the end of the world.
What did you say this route was called?
We would be taking the Barrow Peak Pass.
Barrow Peak.
In the interest of having more information, you did dodge her question. The fast route, compared to not taking the cart, is it faster or slower?
Either way, we tack an extra day on by taking the cart.
So really the only extra thing is 1 day, no matter what?
I mean, even taking the Scorched Belt path, it's rough, mostly solid ground. We're not losing any time really taking the cart, only if we go through the pass.
So, Scorchbout way and just not taking the cart and cutting through are the same.
Scorchbout would be about 6. If you went through the pass without the cart, it would be more than likely 8, but 9 with the cart.
So Scorchbout is the fastest overall.
Yes.
You see, like, a very genuine distaste
Mm.
in Zethia's eyes with the thought of having to go through somewhere that has mage activity.
There's a mixture of emotion that you see in Azreal's face about the mage mentioned. There's this baseline of fear followed by curiosity. Do you think we could have a moment maybe to discuss it?
Of course, would be good to know that your whole crew is on board.
I think Fang will go either way. Don't worry about her.
Honestly, we should be praying that Fang doesn't just fucking take the horse and leave now.
True, true.
As you ask that of them, Azen actually kind of goes, just in case it at all alters your decision. After talking with Turamir and the townsfolk, I'll be staying here. They said Sakir's the only other person that they've seen through town. If any of my family survived, they will head this way eventually. And if not, these people feel a lot more like home than Bellum will.
Do you know, I think that is a good choice to make.
She kind of gives a nod, and her and Turamir stand to give you two the table to yourselves.
Azreal?
Zethia,
No.
I'm leaning towards no as well.
Then let's not go that way. I know that you guys are after this Zakir, but this 3 days going to make much of a difference once he's there.
The longer he's there for, the more he's going to whittle his way through, find his spot, dig into it, hide.
I don't think you seem to understand. I do not want to go anywhere where I know there are mages.
I learned that night that you definitely have your issue, put it lightly, towards the mages. It almost looked it didn't look on purpose. I don't have the greatest past with mages either.
The next 2 of us.
However, I want to say we could ignore them if we see them. But the issue isn't actually the mages.
What is the issue then? I don't mind fighting things along the way. I'm quite good at it, as you have pointed out.
We are guaranteed to fight things non-stop. However, my presence will make that worse.
How so?
Anyone else in this place right now?
Yeah, it's
There's
quite
tons.
lively.
They're having a fish feast.
As you say that, like a table, just chairs, ale goes everywhere.
He'll just like pull on the cloak over the arm. My powers, I don't know what it is. Those creatures, they feel like they want it. They almost hunger for it.
For your power.
I don't know if it's for the power, but I felt followed by these creatures when I was last near it.
Okay, so currently the cons are mages,
Yeah.
creatures that are probably after you, specifically after you.
So,
We will be fighting lots of things.
Mm.
And all of that for just 3 days cut off our journey. I don't think it's worth it.
let me ask you this. How badly do you like fighting things?
I very much love fighting things. But I also hate mages.
There's a guarantee that you fight things. Only a rumor that there are mages.
Even if it's a rumor, I don't mess with it.
I'm just annoyed because I agree. I don't want to go near them. And the creatures are going to be fucking annoying. But I so badly want to get there quick.
What does he even need that's in the cart? You know? Like, couldn't we really just ignore both of those pathways and just do whatever the no-cart
That
was?
pathway would still be slower than going the fucking scorching belt. Scorched belt? Scorched belt.
I am really sorry, but I will not go along the Scorch Belt.
It's fine. Like you say, 3 days.
I think it'll be okay.
In the end, the fucker will be dead anyway. 3 days or less.
Listen, I didn't have much of a stake in what happened to this Zethia guy. If we don't go along the Scorched Plain path, I'll help you take him down.
I'll hold you to that.
So we have a deal. We don't go that way and we go to the Barrow Peak Pass.
Yep.
And I help you kill Zethia.
But let's not tell Fang about the scorched beltway.
Deal.
Pull away from here. As Azan and Turamir leave that community hall, they split off in their own directions, and eventually Azan will find her way back to the horse and cart and find Fang there. You made it back as well, then? I've already told your companions, but I will not be accompanying you on the travel forward. Stay here, I think.
If that's what you want.
Have you been to one of the Watch Cities?
Maybe once. Didn't stay around.
I know it might not mean much coming from me. She gestures to herself being human. But I have spent the better part of my life surrounded by... Looks around at the town. These kinds of people. Your half-giant friend and even the horned individual will... They won't have an easy time in that city, but they will have an easier time than I fear you will. You'll do well to find some friends if you're walking into the territories of men.
Friends are hard to come by.
Incredibly so.
Especially ones you can easily trust.
I don't think there's any you can easily trust. And yet we need them all the same. I believe your friends are planning your journey forward at the moment. She kind of looks around the town again. Not quite Lion's Mane, is it?
No.
She just kind of meanders about for a while, takes her very few belongings from the cart. Best of luck. And she will take her leave. Is there anything else that Fang is doing while the others are in the community hall there?
She's gonna looking through the carriage.
Mm.
She's gonna see if there's like any like loose blankets or fabrics that she can take.
Yeah, I mean, Terma has pretty much got most of his house in here. Like, there's crates of books, there is bedding. He does have several big, like, woven woolen blankets that are just out.
She's gonna take a blanket and just start ripping it into like squares.
Yeah.
And then she's gonna take 10 of her rations and wrap them up. And she's gonna climb to one of the roofs of the houses. Look for whichever has like anyone inside.
Yeah.
And we'll just like leave one ration on the window and like just knock and then go to the next one until all of them are gone.
Amazing. Small act of generosity here, moving around town. And in a town where there are only a handful of buildings, leaving a ration at a few of these places and continuing on. Back inside the tavern, the hall. The handshake deal. Is there anything else that is discussed here, or what do we do moving forward?
Fish feast! I want to be a part of the fish feast.
Is there anything else we're going to need to take on this trip there?
I mean, we have everything, right?
Rations.
That's it.
Well,
Probably fill up our water skins while we're here with the fresh water they've just brought in.
Yeah.
A little bit, though, not too much.
I guess they look like they have enough meat to go around, so you could take that if there's not enough water to go around.
No, they can have it. 10, but they can have. All right. Well, what's the time?
Late afternoon, early evening, dinner time.
You know what I could go for? A big fat nap.
I thought you were going to say fish.
I mean that too, but I would rather sleep before we head off. If you don't mind, I might turn in early and I'm gonna try and find, I guess, the same like cubicle room I was in before, and just bunk down for the night. Cause, and you know what, Zethia feels like she got out what she needed to get out. She's got a plan. She's ready to just sleep.
Yeah, there will be enough food here if you would rather partake in fish than rations for this long rest, for anyone that would prefer.
I partake in the fish.
But yeah, unless there is anything else anyone wants to do in that afternoon, it is easy enough to take one final long rest before setting out on the road ahead.
Is it
If that's the case. If I know there's going to be time for a long rest.
Yeah.
Azreal's going to actually leave the city for a little bit, not too far, into the forest.
Yeah.
She's going to do some stuff, like...
Okay, bro.
He's just going to practice trying to control the shadow.
What do you think that looks like?
I think it's finding like a area that no one can hear or see,
Yeah.
and just slowly trying to listen to what Zethia said about instinct and not running from it, and this trying to let it out and not be scared. But I imagine, like, during shooting bolts at trees and all that every time he breathes and just like unlatches one of those gates that he's holding it shut, it scares him more. It gets larger and more powerful, but almost just instinct shuts the gate again, and he's not quite able to just let it go.
Similarly, Fang will see if there's actually like a training grounds in the town.
Yeah, I mean that there would be places that would have like sparring pits and places like that.
She'll go there. She'll scout if like anyone's actually training.
Not at this point in the evening.
Then she'll walk around and try and look for like a lone tree,
Yeah.
and we'll just practice by like tying the ends of her rope to her daggers, and then use falling leaves as her targets to try and basically stab them, and then retrieve her daggers back and keep doing that for a couple hours.
Amazing.
It's kind of fun.
So is
This is my tree.
Yeah, you can say,
incredible. Then as Zethia sits down for a rest in different corners of the woods outside the town, brief glimpses of shadow and the flash of daggers as some effort is put in to hone your skills here before a night's rest can be had by all in what will likely be the last long rest, the last peaceful night that you will have, likely until you reach the city of Bellum.
Oof.
I think that is where we'll take our break and jump back in with the journey ahead.
Can I, before resting, sorry,
Yeah, no, totally.
I want to cast a spell before I long rest.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would like to cast Mage Armor, but use my duration sorcery point on
Interesting. To get, 16 hours out of it?
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
16
totally.
hours of what?
Mage Armor. Because I can double the duration.
Oh,
Yeah.
weird. Fun.
It's an 8-hour spell.
Yeah. So before you bunk down, which would be a bit later than the others,
Yeah.
since you don't need as long. Yeah, totally. And that would cover most of your traveling day the following
Yes.
Hell yeah.
day. And now we'll go to break.
I was like sitting there, I'm like, I've got spell slots, I've got to use
Yeah.
spell slots.
That's a good strat.
It's a very good
It's
strat.
not concentration or anything.
No,
It's
so I
just,
also
Oh,
gain all
man.
the resource back.
Alright.
Is that fire on the horizon?
No, that's inside the walls. The ground, it's moving.
It's the whole foundation.
Get to ground level. Move! Move!
This isn't an earthquake. It's not stopping.
Fourth ward is gone.
12th ward is offline.
We've lost signal from the lower districts. The Do4 tower is collapsing. Repeat, the Do4 tower is collapsing. Stabilize the perimeter.
Protect the prototypes.
Do not let the cores rupture.
The aqueducts have
The
fallen.
water lines are gone.
Abjuration cores are failing.
They're shattering.
What does that sound? Do you hear that?
Is that static?
Evacuate the upper districts. Women and children go first.
Go, go, go!
Bridges, they're gone. We can't get out.
Please, somebody help me.
Somebody help!
Let me through, please. My son is still in there.
Hold the line! Sir, there is no line. What is this? What is happening to the city? What is this hell?
30 years ago, the great city fell. And ever since, Roltaria has known only war.
Yep, so you see a Goliath, short for a Goliath, only 5'4". And she is well built, muscly. She wears like a long braid that goes down below her hip that is like a dark blue color, and it fades into like a shimmering silver. In addition, the markings on her skin are also that same shimmery silver color. Her skin a grayish blue, and she carries herself well, considering she's been across a whole lot of dead land and under the beating sun. Yeah, and that is Zethia.
You would see a 6.5 tall tabaxi with brown fur with spots of cream and orange speckled along her body, and she is very lanky, but if you look closer you can see that she is more lean, and she has her chest bandaged with parts of rusted armor on her knees and her shoulders, and a hood around her neck. And then you would see dreads put up in a ponytail above her head, still looking like kind of dirty and messy, and she would also not have a tail as well.
What we see is Azreal. It is this grey tiefling, bluish kind of hue to him. He has his hair going down one side of his face, whitish grey. He has two sets of horns, one going back, one coming around. The only clothes notable on him is this ripped, maybe it was a coat. It's definitely now just a cloak now, ripped and torn, high collar, leather red cloak with some ripped jeans and belts across him, cuts and carvings on his skin. He looks tired, and most noticeably is this mask, just a leather patch covering half his face, with clips on the back. And what you thought would be probably the first thing someone would look at is not, because of everything else that's going on, but he is missing his right arm. It's not there, and he's just kind of got this tired, exhausted look, but it has nothing to do with his posture or how he walks.
Having made your way back to town, distributed your goods and rations amongst you, and having picked a path forward through the Barrow Peak Pass, Azen deciding to stay here with the beast folk, as it feels more like home, and if her family survived, they'll likely come through here. But organizing with Turamir to take that path, to take the carriage. Some training had in the evening air before everyone eventually settles down for a long rest, able to find food here in town for this rest, so as not to use your rations for the journey ahead. And eventually, we awaken in that morning. A morning that will, hopefully, unless things go terribly wrong, see you set off on your travel south. What does that morning look like for our group here? Is whoever would be the first to rise would find Turamir kind of beginning to set the cart up, getting the horse prepared, and getting things ready to move.
Well, Zethia went bed early, so she'll probably be out pretty early.
I think because Azreal doesn't sleep that long.
Yeah.
He'll just be like, Turamir will be sitting up all the thing. Azreal's just in the back of the cart sitting there.
Yeah.
He's not helping.
All right.
Yeah, and Fang will be the last one to arrive.
All right. And slowly all gathering here as things on top of the cart are finally fastened down properly, where before they had been hastily packed up for the journey. The horse is equipped with its reins and attached to the cart. And Turamir there is just going about getting things ready for the journey. Is there anything you're doing before setting off?
We managed to get some horse feed for 9 days.
That is excellent. I only had a couple of days left.
And some rations.
Good. Some of my rations seem to have absconded, so that will be most welcome.
Admittedly, this city's not, well, this town, I should say, doesn't seem like it's in the best of places, so...
People are surviving.
Yeah. Survival and sticky fingers seem to overlap.
Indeed. Right, well, I'm almost ready. Is there anything else you all need to do before we head off?
Well, just prepare for when we get there.
As preparations being made, that wolfkin that greeted you your first night here will make his way over. Then I take it you are heading onwards?
That we are.
I wish you the best of luck on your travels. Should our town survive the next few weeks, hopefully we will see you all again sometime in the future.
We'll see.
Kind of goes and has a brief chat with Turamir up the front. Eventually, they nod to each other and the wolfkin heads back into town. Turamir pulls himself up onto the front of the carriage. All right, everyone ready to go?
Yes.
Fang will just climb to the top of the carriage.
Mm-hmm.
Towards the Barrow Peaks then. And he'll crack on the reins, and the horse will slowly begin moving here away from the town. Just gonna move to this one. Does not take long. The town here is small. As the cart moves and you find yourselves on the outskirts once again, just seeing the brief outlines of movement behind you, the beast folk that will continue to call this place home, left in your wake as you continue forward. The journey before you, expected to be somewhere in the realm of about 9 days, though it could be significantly longer should things go awry, begins with an unimpeded half day's travel.
Woo!
As the kind of sturdy ground here that the town was built on is easy traveling for the first bit here. But later in that first day, you slowly start to get glimpses of the journey that will be ahead of you. Stretching out in front of the cart before even making it to the pass, that almost the same land that comprises the Scorched Belt, this kind of cracked, arid clay that will definitely be difficult for footfall or horses or cartwheels to traverse, and will take a bit of thinking to get it through here in one piece. But beyond that, where these hills meet the base of a mountain, this channel that you will be traveling through, wooded and forested, and who knows what kind of obstacles you'll encounter as you push forward. But as your first bit of unimpeded travel concludes, and you feel the cart pull off of hard earth and onto dry, dusty clay, a smooth ride very quickly becomes bumpy as the carriage and the horse struggle to move across this landscape. And I'll say here, moving forward, this is going to be, over the stretch of several days, a skill challenge, essentially. I'll present the challenge of the day's travel. You guys can each decide if and how you will attempt to aid in the resolution. and then we'll make some rolls to see whether the day's journey is a success or a failure.
Sick.
Been a while since we've done one of these.
Let's get it. Oh, shit. All right, let's have it.
For this first day's travel, it is that rocky, rough ground that will cause issues, as even within the first half an hour of being on this dry earth, there's a moment where the horse's hoof slips into the clay, kind of buckles a bit as it catches itself. A few moments later, one of the wheels of the cart gets jammed in a small crevice before the horse pulls it forward. And even as if any of you are walking, points where you are having to like jump over several feet worth of just like dry crack in the earth. It will be a very, very long trek across this small stretch of land unless the three of you can somehow ease this carriage's movement here.
So immediately I'm thinking if ever the carriage is getting stuck in or like wedged into cracks, she would probably in that leg of the journey be walking alongside the cart, and whenever it does get jammed, she'll just help lift it, like just move it with considering she is pretty strong.
Yeah, yep. Using that strength, using leverage to try and keep the cart moving as best you can.
Azreal's going to kind of poke his head out the side and watch, and his like shadow arm will appear, and he's going to watch for the gaps where it like drops. And I want to attempt to, he's going to focus and let out the shadowy burst, and the beam is going to hit the hole, and it's going to be a shock of shadowy thunder to try bump the wheel up whenever it goes to fall in.
Fun. All right.
Are there plates in Terramir bags?
Absolutely.
It's not the place.
Are they like wooden plates?
Some wooden, some porcelain, yeah.
Fang will take the wooden ones.
Yeah.
And she'll like jump down and like hold her hand up to like stop Terramir and the horse. And then she's gonna taking the whatever was like loose from the blanket she ripped up and tie like those plates on the horse's feet.
Incredible.
Nice, like snowshoes, but like
Yeah.
for a horse.
Okay, we'll go strength here. I'll let you choose between survival and animal handling. And over here, I'll call yours... What am I calling yours? Either Arcana or Nature, depending on which way you want to sway this.
Could I sway it towards a different one if I...
What are you thinking here?
He has to be very accurate with his aiming.
Sleight of hand.
So Dex.
Yeah, we can call this a sleight of hand for this first dance.
Is this just a straight strength roll for me or athletics?
Athletics, yes, sorry.
Oh yeah. On a bed.
Nice.
14.
19.
Nice.
Expected nothing less. 3.
Oh no!
All right. A failure and 2 successes is enough to get you through this first obstacle on your day's travel.
Damn, bro.
The cart in places... The cart itself, wheels getting lodged into these crevasses, able to pry them out. The horse making its way across some of the smaller gaps that otherwise would have hindered it, thanks to these makeshift snow boots. And attempting to try and help move the cart forward. These blasts of energy throughout the day. It is not that it doesn't hinder the carriage in any way. It's just that for as often as it does help, there are as many instances where it just breaks too much earth that the horse kind of loses its footing for a moment and has to re-catch itself. The terrain is just so unpredictable here. Some areas it's hard as stone, and in some areas it is dry and crumbly. But nonetheless, between the three of you, you are able to push through these obstacles of the day's travel. What could have very easily become 2 days' worth. And eventually, at the end of that first day, find yourselves near the foothills leading into the pass. I'll get everyone to mark off a ration.
Woo!
You are able to take a short rest that evening. Moving into your second day on the road. Still warm, still beaming with heat, bright overhead, as you begin through this narrow valley. I say narrow, it's, a good couple 100 feet across in most places, but on one side you are looking at like dry, yellow-grassed hills that push up and are kind of rocky and cliffy in some places, and to your other side, mountains that just push up as far as you can see. On the days where there are clouds, the clouds are kind of cresting the top of the mountains here. And you push into the pass proper. Not far into that day's travel, you can see that ahead of you for the next several hours worth of travel, it looks like those mountains have, in recent days, had rock slides that have come down and have blocked the path. But looking up at the cliffs, there are still many loose, cracked shelves that, should too much force be used in this area, there will be even more rocks fall down to block your way. I'll ask here how each of you might aid in clearing a path forward through this rocky terrain.
Can I use my greatsword as a shovel?
Yeah.
So, any easy to tear away, like, pieces of, because I don't want to, like, structurally make it that more's gonna come down. So I want to just go for the easy stuff first, just kind of shovel it up with my greatsword, and then hoping that someone has a better idea to get rid of the more, like, hard to move stuff. I'll do that.
So I start a blast.
Well, not too much, eh?
How fragile do the rocks look in front of us?
The ones that are like blocking your path, like they are just like chunks of like shale boulder essentially that have like snapped from the hillside and fallen down. Like they are like in places quite sturdy rock, but like if you walk up and like chip the side off of one, it's pretty easy to like tear a chunk off. Like they're very somewhere between clay and rock.
Fang is gonna try and chip mainly the ones on the bottom as to make it easier to move, to create like a domino effect when you would push them to where most would move out of the way.
Azreal is going to hop out the cart and head towards the boulders. He's going to look at them, look at the potential for more to fall. He's going to flick the coat behind both his arms so his arms are out. And he's just going to shadow arm and just move it regularly.
All right.
Just push it.
What are you angling for your check to be, do you think?
Finding, like, weak spots, if you will, in this rock. So almost like an attack to shovel it out the way, if that makes sense.
All right. I'll call that athletics.
Okay.
Since you spent the whole previous day using athletics,
Oh,
your roll will
shoot.
be slightly more difficult. We'll go sleight of hand here,
Yeah.
and for you, we will go athletics as well.
Not
Well,
bad.
at least it was decent.
16.
Nice.
19.
Nice.
No way.
4.
4. That second day, you are very lucky that Fang got a 16. As that puts you on 2 successes instead of 2 failures. I will say that between Zethia being a little sore from the previous day, the two of you are able to help shift and move these boulders, but only with Fangs setting them up in a way that it is easy to shift them in mass down as you need to. Points throughout that day. 3 or 4 times you swear that you feel pebbles fall down the cliffside where one boulder smashing into another is so close to sending another slide down in front of you. And as you kind of notice that throughout the day, like looking to the side, you can actually see where it looks like people from previous expeditions have been smashed against the hillside. And you can see, on occasion, some of these boulders or the dirt of the hillside has shards of bone embedded into them.
Well, damn.
But of the 3 days that you will have the most difficult travel, 2 of them have already been successes.
Azreal is very sweaty for the manual labor. Just pushing rocks all day.
Near the end of that second day, by the time that these boulders are clear and you're kind of back on open road for a time, a few hundred feet down the road, you can see a cart that is parked up against the side of the pass. A few hundred feet from you, just kind of breaking your vision at this point.
Does it look empty?
Give me a perception check.
I'll help.
Helping as in you're checking as well? Or?
See, you can have advantage. He's just curious as well.
Well, it's a 9.
9. Hard to make out from this distance, but you don't see any movement around it.
Are there like trees surrounding it?
There's like the occasional tree growing at like the base of the hills. Yeah.
She'll try and use the like trees as cover to try and get closer to see if there's anyone nearby.
Yeah.
That
Right.
that cart.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a stealth check here.
17.
17. You, darting from tree to tree, from boulder to boulder, creep up on this cart, or carriage, I should say. As you get closer, it becomes very familiar. Abandoned here on the side of the road, the familiar crest of the lion's den on the side of this carriage is the cart that you saw the gang leaving in, and has been abandoned here. You also notice around it several corpses that have not been cleaned. Leather armor, bandit attire, a collection of dwarves here, slain on the ground by the cart.
From where I am I able to discern what was used to kill them?
Give me a perception check here.
Perception. 13.
13. Weaponry. Struck down by swords, spears, sickles.
Am I able to tell how old the bodies are?
Interesting. Go ahead, give me a medicine check here.
Medicine.
And are you going right up to them for this?
Can I do like a quick scan of like any recent footprints around the area?
There doesn't seem to be anything super recent or fresh here.
Then yeah, I'll go up closer.
All right.
Medicine. There's a 15.
15. All right. These bodies look like they've been here for at most a couple of days. As you get right up close to them, and probably the others making your way up at this point as well, moving up to whatever happened here, you can see that quite obviously there are 4 sets of hoofprints that head further south. Not just the 2 that the den had pulling their carriage.
Are there any other horse prints that go anywhere else?
Taking a moment to kind of scan this site here, there would be hoofprints that kind of come over one of the like hilled ridges and down to this area.
You know what this looks like? This looks like your Zethia guy got jumped but won the fight and took probably more horses who ever made their way down the hill.
Can I check the cart to see if they left their supplies, rations?
Give me an investigation check here.
Because these dwarves, do they look like they were affiliated at all with the Lions Inn, or this looks like some completely
Give
different
me a history
faction?
check.
Like an investigation, you say? 7.
Oh.
Double sevens.
Definitely not with the den.
Yep.
They did, like, they have, like, they're wearing mostly leathers, but kind of in the top of their tunic, there's this, like, metallic strip of metal, but you're not sure who it's affiliated with. The cart is empty.
You should keep going.
Yeah, they got farther.
Sorry. Did we already figure out whether the bodies were, how old they were or no?
A couple of days.
A couple of days.
At oldest, 2 days.
Okay.
Yes, let's make haste.
Before we go, Zethia, help me break off these wheels,
Oh, spares. Very good idea.
just in case.
And I'll just start snapping. Take some spare wheels in case one of ours breaks.
Absolutely. As you kind of take what supplies you can from here and begin to make your exit, I'll say, Fang, you probably, with your passive perception being what it is, clock something out of the corner of your eye. Most of these bodies are kind of piled here, where it looks like a fight broke out. Like there's blood splattered across the earth here. But out of the corner of your eye, you can see leant up against a tree. It looks like one of the corpses was either pulled to the side or was able to crawl away from the site here. As one of these dwarven bodies is kind of slumped up against a tree, maybe 80 feet away from the fight.
She'll just, I guess, sneakily like head towards the body and try not to cause attention to herself, like in case there's anyone else still around.
Yeah, totally. Moving over there. This body was dragged over here. The only reason that you know that is there is no way that this person was alive to pull themselves over here. It almost looks as though they were struck with like a pointed metal rod or something, because there is about a 1-inch hole that just goes clean between the eyes and out the back of the head, like something pierced through and went clean out the back of the skull. And it has been moved away from the rest of the bodies so that it was not immediately discovered here.
Can I check if there's anything on this person?
Yeah, give me an investigation check and take advantage here.
It seems so random.
Investigation. Nat 20
Nat 20.
for 20.
Natural 20, eh?
Yeah.
All right.
Full law drop.
Find nothing.
The first, most obvious thing that catches your eye are a set of braces around his wrist that have this, like it's well-crafted leather, but very not typical bandit wear. Has this like metal filigree all over them. Very impressive looking set of braces. And on a natural 20, taking a closer look at that wound, we'll say, as you're maybe taking these braces off of his body and it kind of slumps to the side a little bit. On a nat 20, you hear a small just thump. And in the grass behind him, something falls out of that wound. A small metallic ball, about 1/2 inch in diameter.
Am I able to discern the material of the bowl?
This is in a steel alloy, forged by very intricate means.
Sure, just pocket that.
Mm-hmm.
Can I smell him?
What are you after?
There's any unusual smell that's not gore and blood?
That nat 20. Interesting.
He had some good perfume on before he died. That was pretty good.
Got a nice
He's got
cologne.
that juniper berry musk.
Yeah.
Juniper berry musk.
The best way I can describe the smell that lingers on him, it is bizarre and unnatural. Almost like this faint burning smell, but it smells of static, like electricity burning something, lightning striking something, rather than like a smoke. There's this very like artificial burnt smell.
I just wander over after things taking a while.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a dead man.
Oh, you walked over.
Yeah.
That's a dead man.
They dragged him here. Don't know why.
Looks like he was dead before I dragged him, so it couldn't be for torture or questioning. Could be the fact that maybe his killer just likes to do things personally. Some people like that touch.
We should get going.
Yeah, that's why I came over to get you.
You find anything else back there?
Just lost time.
She'll start walking back.
All right.
Ezra will take a glance at the body.
Yeah.
This it's a weird look. In his head, he's seen injuries before. He's seen blade wounds and cuts.
Yeah.
But something had to be very powerful to do such damage.
Yeah.
Got our work cut out for us. And he starts walking back to carriage.
Amazing. Walking back to the carriage, gathering what supplies you can. I assume Fang took those braces.
Yeah.
All right.
You sure?
I did leave them.
Just leave them on there.
All right. Then, continuing on for the last hour or two of that day's travel, eventually you all find yourselves bunking down for yet another rest. If you would mark off another ration here, and another short rest is had.
Delicious.
As that night of rest is had, the following day is a little cloudier, a little less nice. As during that night, heavy rain and wind howl through this pass to the point that the carriage in which you're all kind of forced to sleep the entire night has just been pushed up against a tree or wherever you're able to tie it up. Damp, wet, miserable, stormy weather. By the time the morning comes, it has subsided enough that you can at least continue your travel. But looking towards the road ahead, the trees that were standing proud, many have been snapped at their trunks and have fallen over the road. And as you're heading south, there is a little bit more green color to some of the wildlife here. And unfortunately, vines and things kind of grow rampant in this part of the pass. Vines that would have been strung between these trees alongside are now just these webs of thick green between fallen trees and standing ones, and there is very, very few options for a path forward. Fallen trees, vines, and also just as much of an obstacle, the ground itself in many places is just sludge, which will be very difficult for a horse and cart to navigate. Easily what will be the hardest day's travel and the one that is most likely to impede your journey south. What is the plan to push forward?
I'm so exhausted from everything already. I don't think I can help very much.
I'm not gonna lie. My arms hurt from pushing those boulders the other day, so this is not a great fucking way to start our day.
Any ideas? And I talked to Tormir.
I don't know what you're expecting me to do. If I had it my way, I'd probably camp here for 2 or 3 days while the mud dried up at least, and then find a way through after that.
No.
We don't have the time for that.
You don't feel like you could cut some trees?
If I do decide to cut down some trees,
Yes.
What are the consequences?
DC will be increased, and since you're doing it for the third day in a row, you will be at disadvantage.
Oh god.
Fine. Leave the trees to me.
Listen, I'd love to, but really, I would be doing more damage than good, I think. I need to think of another way to help. And maybe I'll follow Azreal to whatever he's planning on doing, and depending on what he is doing, I might try and aid in another way.
I'm gonna walk in front of the carriage. And Ezra's gonna... Every day, either couldn't control it or there was nothing I could do with this damn destructive shit. Maybe I can just destroy things. And his shadow arm is gonna go out and he's gonna just put his hand in the air and this roiling ball of flaming shadows is kind of... And he's just gonna throw it at the middle of the tree that's on the ground and just try to
Absolutely.
with some flaming shadows.
Yeah, so using destructive spellcasting as your way through here.
Okay. I don't know how I'm supposed to aid in that. So maybe I'll see what Fang's doing.
There's vines and stuff, right?
Yeah.
She'll cut the vines down, then she'll look around and see if there's any like rocks on like any ledges or cliffs in the area.
Yeah, there would absolutely be.
She'll tie the vines to like strong branches to the trees and wrap it over any trees that are still up and tie it to the boulders on the cliffs.
Alright.
And then we'll like look over to Zethia and be like, just one. I can help.
What do you need?
The boulder.
Yeah, I can kick a boulder. And I guess I will push a boulder.
All right. For you, I will call this the equivalent of a spellcasting roll. So we'll just go charisma and proficiency. We'll go...
There has to be something else I can do.
we'll call it survival on Fangs, I think. Picking out which of these trees will be the best to utilize using the... or nature. Survival or nature, your choice.
Boulder.
Survival.
So, what is Fang wanting me to do with this boulder? Just push it down something? What am I doing with this boulder?
You know what? She'll give you her crowbar and use it as leverage instead of using brute strength.
Sick, but where do you want the boulder to go?
Off the cliff.
Off the cliff. I would like to basically, looking at Fang's work,
Yeah.
I'm going to think about where this boulder's going to go and how, like, where do I need to push it so that it makes Fang's little contraption thing work nicely,
Okay.
is what I'm going for.
Then that will be... We'll call it sleight of hand for you.
Sick.
Wahee! Ooh. 17.
Nice.
Ow. I was like, I thought it was
It looked
good.
like it was a heli.
Yeah, I thought that was good. Now I'm not so sure.
Can I have a reroll? It's a nat one.
Okay.
Question before I get mine.
Yeah.
Do I get any bonuses because I'm using fire?
It's weird.
Yeah, but it's super fire.
Super
It's
fine.
shadowy.
Shadow
You
fire.
got to add your proficiency.
Fuck. Yeah, 11.
11. That third day's travel. Fang able to clear some of the path forward, but even then, even if your allies had succeeded in what they were doing, it may still have not been enough. As that is 3 failures for the third day.
With the 17, damn.
on that day, exerting yourselves for a full, slow day's
it was
travel
not worth.
through mud, through tree, barely making it. You will all suffer a level of exhaustion
Yeah.
from that day as well.
Exhaustion only goes away if we long rest.
Yes. So exhaustion in the new rules is a -2 to all ability checks.
-2.
Oh.
That just stacks until you hit 6.
Ugh.
I do believe.
Just put a dice there to remind myself.
Great, now I feel even worse. That was not worth it.
Cumulative penalty, yes. And a 5-foot reduction in speed per level.
My speed.
A disheartening day of travel sees you move less than half the distance that you would want to in a day. But eventually you find yourselves out of the worst of this mayhem that follows the storm and bunk down for a night's rest. You can go ahead and mark off rations as another short rest takes place here. And the following day, if successful, will be the day that will see you out onto much more open, easy to traverse roads. But from the previous day's journey, as you all wake, Turamir is kind of assessing the carriage. He can very obviously see signs of wear and tear. One of the axles looks like it is ready to give. The reins of the horse looks like any slight friction between cart and horse, and those will just snap and the horse will be off. He would make it very clear that unless you all have a plan and something you can contribute, he will require the better part of a day to make repairs to the cart.
I would like to offer up my rope of mending as a replacement for the horse reins for now,
Yeah,
since that should be able to
totally.
weather that. So I will offer that up.
What's the other thing that needs fixing?
Yeah.
The cart in general, axle wheels, things like that.
I've got spare wheels.
We do.
Do those need replacing?
Having those will lower the DC incredibly, so it was very smart to pick those up.
Oh, yes!
But in whatever way you are helping to potentially assist repairs would be up to you.
I really wish I chose like non-combat based abilities, perhaps.
Man, I would have
Fuck.
thought some of D&D isn't combat.
Shit.
Yeah, could have been a combat journey.
Could have been.
What you got, Fang?
She'll kneel down and look at the wheels.
Yeah,
Can she use her thieves' tools on them?
interesting. Yeah, she can definitely attempt that as her aid for the day, trying to fix up some of the more intricate parts of like the metallic construction under the carriage.
Yeah.
What's the axle look like?
There's essentially like wooden brackets holding it to the base that are coming loose, wearing down, fixtures that are coming undone. Just general wear and tear.
Oh, I assume there's like bolts holding it
Yeah.
together. I'm gonna go over to it. I am going to place my hand on the axle around the bolts. I'm not that I can. I'm gonna ask if I could.
Yeah.
Can I harmlessly use one of my bolts to use one of its elemental effects?
Ooh, interesting.
Oh.
I will say you can give it a go.
Fuck.
So if you
There are
net
two
one this,
things I
you
wanna
will
do.
destroy the axle.
I want to grab it and I want to use the ice
Yeah,
to just freeze around it.
interesting. Yeah.
And then I want to use shocking grasp to shock the ice
Right.
and the
I
middle.
think that ice will do.
Okay. Then here we'll go Arcana for you to see how you can manipulate this. We'll go Sleight of Hand for Fang. And we'll go Animal Handling to see if you can fasten something that will not impede the horse's movement.
Yes. Trust.
It's your turn, Skeleton
14.
Die.
So it's not great. At least not on that one.
I have to roll something really, really
Man,
good
I just need to
because
roll above a 10.
medium isn't going to do it for me.
It's an 8. Come on. Come
Uh,
on.
So, okay.
Please.
Actually, there's no point because that's not going to save it.
Uh-oh.
A -1
Wonderful. Is that including exhaustion?
Oh,
with
mine
-2.
would have been 12.
-3.
Oh, we have minuses?
Yeah.
6.
All right.
Here, is a negative going to impact this worse than what a not positive
No.
fail? 6. Then I'm going to go with the -3.
Okay. And what was Fang, sorry?
12.
12. Wonderful. You all set about trying to assist Turamir in repairs to the carriage.
Oh no!
Attempting to fortify the base of the carriage, a shock of arcane energy pushing through the axle here. You all hear as splintering wood shrapnel is pushed from under the carriage into the walls of it. While you're down at the base trying to help fasten some of the intricacies, several of your picks bend and are unable to make any purchase here. And at the front trying to get a rope of mending, an enchanted rope around a horse. It still very much feels like hempen rope. Uncomfortable against the horse, and it rears up and does not take very well. Eventually having to just follow Turamir's instruction, spend the better part of the day repairing the carriage here, and eventually are ready to set out for the following day.
Oof. Sorry, Turamir, this is not really my forte.
It's all right. We knew that this would be a slightly longer journey,
Alright.
so we're still making good time.
It doesn't feel like it. But thanks anyway.
Azreal says nothing.
All right.
Yeah, Azreal low-key destroying the cart.
He's in the corner. He's just sitting there,
Man, no.
frustratingly holding a book, and he's just not saying anything.
No.
How many rations do people have left?
Dude, I got so
4.
much.
Sweet,
1.
sweet,
22.
sweet. You can all mark off another for a short rest at the top of that night.
Let me know if I need to start giving some to this guy.
Oh, that is a good point. You also have Turamir's, right? Yeah, so mark off another 5, sorry.
Haha.
You can mark off 4. I'll take off my one.
Oh, and he actually still had 1 on him, so
Yes.
1 less.
Okay.
Tell me, do you want mine for the night?
It's, wherever it is coming from. Take a small pouch of food there.
I have none.
Well, you don't need it.
I might, so.
Well, I have 15 left. One of those has your name on it.
Oh, thank you.
I know that the last 2 days have been discouraging, but if we make it out of the pass tomorrow, we're still on track to make it to Bellum within 10 days of departing. We are not far behind.
All right. Then let's keep going.
Azreal hops out of the carriage thing and goes and sits in the front.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I think Azreal is bothered by something. Just a hunch.
Another day. The rain having completely subsided at this point, repairs having been made to the carriage. Definitely making your way out of the pass at this point. During that day, Fang, you'd probably be the first to notice. As you're pushing through what feels like a relatively easy day's travel, something catches your attention in the corner of your eye, looking up at the kind of tree line on that mountain range. And at first you just think you're seeing something, but another 10 minutes later you notice it again and eventually spot several figures, people that seem to just be keeping an eye on your caravan.
And am I able to discern the number of people?
Give me a perception check here.
Not to interrupt. Did something happen to us because we failed again?
No, not that one.
Okay.
11.
Did something
9.
happen?
Like the
Yeah.
exhaustion.
Yeah.
Just the way you worded it.
Did we get fucked?
At least a good 4 or so people that are just kind of thinking that they're being stealthy.
I'll from the top of the carriage, kneel down to Terramir. Start heading towards the shade.
Right.
Why is that?
Steer clear a little bit.
Up to the next one.
Yeah, good point.
Well, look.
Yeah, with Fang's help, you see 4 specks up on the ridge, and as your attention kind of shifts, you watch one of them kind of just move a little bit. You can assume that there may be people.
How many people were in Sakia's party?
The last number that you got was that there were a good 6 or so of them.
Well, some could have died.
Valid.
We would have found them if they were.
Thrown down the cliff.
Yeah, I guess we should ignore them.
Yeah.
Terramir kind of veers the cart off just to kind of keep to shadows and make it harder to track here. As the day continues on, sightings of them lessen. But by early afternoon, don't get a group perception check, actually.
Yeah, that's the roll, I guess. Still good.
One way to roll.
24 minus 2 is 22.
I didn't even see what you did.
I rolled it, but hit my
1
nail
to
and still
3.
went in the box.
3, 4, 5, 6.
15.
Okay, I'm rolling this die.
Was that with the minus 2?
That's with the
Fuck.
-2.
So maybe
Perception?
we want
Yeah,
to
man.
jump.
That's in wisdom though, right?
Yes.
So that's
Yeah, man.
better.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm proficient.
Yeah.
So 5.
Oh,
Does that count on the exhaustion?
Fuck. 3.
Wonderful. Luckily, you still get 2 successes here. Mid-afternoon in the travels, it's been a good hour and a half between sightings of these people up on the ridge. Fang definitely spots it first in the tree line. A dwarf in leather armor, not dissimilar from the ones that you saw slaughtered by Sakir's carriage. Standing at the tree line, bow in hand. And with that perception check, they will not get surprise on you all, as I ask you to please roll for initiative.
The hit stuff!
oh, I get advantage though. Shampoo.
Oh, guys, it's the Red Hoods. It's
Maybe
been a
it's
while.
metal.
Oh my
Classical
god,
bandages.
yes!
As you see a
Thanks a lot.
group of dwarves in leather armor, metallic bands affixed on their armor. What did everyone roll for initiative?
19.
22.
9.
Ooh-wee. 19.
Just a little clap. Look at this train.
It does
God
look very
damn.
sick.
Look
Very,
at
very
this
sick.
green.
I would
I wanna
like to
eat-
pick up one of the trees,
There's
but
a
I
high
fear
ground.
I would get told off.
I want to eat garbage.
They got
And it's
high ground now?
like the
Fuck.
spiky ones.
Like these ones, eh?
Yeah.
I love
crunch.
them.
Crunch, crunch, crunch. How long do we gotta chew these things?
Right, some minis.
Where are we?
So, actually, Rose up front.
Oh,
Oh, good on you, man.
bro.
You're taller than I thought.
Don't die.
Yeah, he's like 5'11". Where are we all?
Yeah, I'm on front too.
I'm
me up
on
front.
top of the carriage like always.
Yeet. Zethia's in the back.
Party in the back.
Um, She's walking behind the carriage,
No.
so she's in the carriage. So we'll just leave her down here for a moment.
Ah.
All right. As we move in here, Fang, out of the corner of your eye, you catch a glimpse of a dwarven bandit move from behind a tree and very quickly ping several others here. And you are first up in initiative.
Give him hell.
She's gonna climb down. Three. And like kind of get around.
Yeah.
Is that
Like through-
accommodating the -5 to movement speed?
Yes, good point.
Oh,
Exhaustion.
double my speed then.
Yeah. Hang on.
Good
1,
sight.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yep.
Savam.
Sweet.
Then I am going to strike this motherfucker. And I have advantage.
I know these guys are jumping us, but we're doing the first move.
I can get
It was
two.
almost in that 20. Although 26 to hit.
That will definitely hit.
Damn.
I'm looking at her, she's complaining. She's like, damn, 26.
One day.
We can only dream.
Yeah.
10, 13, 18. 18 piercing damage.
You jump off of the top of the carriage, dart around behind this bandit who is currently notching an arrow into their bow and keeping their gaze fixed on Turamir at the front of the carriage. And before they even see you leave the roof, they are gone.
I was aiming at Turamir,
Yes.
not me.
She's going to
Hello, whoever would have hit first on the
Oh,
front.
good.
Probably you.
go
Wow.
behind a
Shit, that was
tree
rude.
Yeah.
and bonus action hide.
Yeah, amazing. Absolutely. Go ahead and give me a stealth check.
No. 28.
Wonderful. Nobody knows where you are.
I'm a tree now.
We move down to Zethia as
Hell
you feel Fang leap off of the roof and hear a thud off to the side of the carriage, having seen these dwarves peek around the corner.
Zethia is revitalized in this moment because she now gets to fight something, and this is all she's wanted to do this whole trip. And she bounds out of the carriage
Yeah.
and sees that there is nothing really in her range unless she does her little cloud TP. Oh, cloud TP. No, she won't do that. Where am I? So I can move what? -5 feet.
Yep.
6 squares. Six?
Yeah, right.
That's probably the worst way I could have gone, but and as she's bounding across the dirt, she will bonus action rage. So as dirt trails behind her, she's running across the ground here, and mixed in with that, the clouds start coming off of her body, and it just mixes in with the dust that comes out from behind her as she's full speed ahead, ready to hit whatever comes towards her.
Incredible.
And I will end the turn there.
Great. As you do, we move down to the majority of the bandits here. Hear a voice call out, "We just want your goods and your food, and you can be on your way." What was... And they look down to where Fang has already managed to kill one of them. "Shit, men, arrows!" And we'll go to the bandits here.
Get him.
This guy's gonna...
Yeah. Like there was a cat? I don't know, he must have been seeing things.
Help me down, lad!
Yeah.
He's got that Skyrim side. It's like, what was that? And they're like right in front of him.
This guy will clamber down there at half speed.
My sneak peek.
100.
It really is terrible.
They do not see Fang.
Hell yeah.
I don't know where the fuck she got.
They're about to all shoot at me.
The one that's got right up to you is going to take a swing with a scimitar at you. Yes. That is going to be a 14 to hit.
Misses.
All right. These two are both going to take shots at you. This one is going to take a shot at disadvantage at Azreal. This one is going to take a shot at disadvantage at Azreal. So 2 shots at Zethia, 2 shots at Azreal. Sorry, disadvantage is just on that one, because he's in super long range.
Yeah.
Super.
Disadvantage. 17 to hit.
Yeah, thank you.
And a 7 to hit. It's just the one. As a bolt catches you for the minimum 2 damage.
I'll say that when Azreal gets hit,
Yeah.
it's definitely different to the other times he's been hit. Like, he might have been normally focusing on attacks and trying to like figure out when he could block it with a shadow, but like it just kind of hits him and he just doesn't react to it.
Interesting. All right.
Damn, he in a state.
Did you Reckless?
No.
For future reference, does Reckless also give them advantage on ranged attacks against you?
The advantage on attack rolls against.
That's right.
Not specified.
Opponents also gain advantage, is what I've written, but if we want to read up on it, page 52.
Doesn't
It is
matter 'cause you didn't.
advantage.
They both miss with both under 10s.
Just
Comment if we're wrong, but I think I read that last session.
Yeah, I think so.
probably.
Copy and paste it.
And we'll jump down to Azreal.
Azreal is gonna look out to everyone.
Yeah.
Like everything outside of his like main like frontal line, kind of a blur right now. Looking towards the bandits,
Yeah.
and then looking towards the dwarf up top. He's gonna use all his movement to slowly walk in a straight line
Yeah.
as far as he can go. And as he gets about halfway, there's this. I'm going to use. There's this feeling of dread that fills the air as the shadows on his arm, how far it extends, seems to just increase slowly as he's walking. And shadows are whispering out from his hip now more, and his feet. And there's this tiny bit of shadow leaking from out his mask and coming out. As I'm going to activate innate sorcery.
Oh, fun.
And he's going to walk all the way, as much as how many squares that is.
Yeah.
25. And the second that like change happens as he walks, everyone just feels this like death. And he's going to look up at the dwarf. And he's going to grab his mask and he's just trying to hold it. And he's going to do nothing else.
Okay.
Make them shit their pants.
Not holding any actions or anything?
No. I might try to like, not him on purpose, but maybe an intimidation on him.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I got my cloak billowing.
Yeah.
With that dread.
That below.
Yeah. That's going to be... that's only stupid.
-2.
It is -2.
Wait, is it -2 for attacks?
No, this is a intimidation. Though.
Yeah.
Ah.
19 intimidation.
19. As you step, your focus going on, I assume this one that is clearly the leader here. The second creature in a week or so that you see wielding a warhammer, standing there at the top, kind of looks at you, and you definitely see this flash of second guessing their target here in this moment. And that is you.
And just under his breath, maybe not enough for people to hear, he just says, "Mine."
For the sake of this, I'm going to say that he's frightened this round, and we move down.
Damn.
Damn. Bro, jump.
You can get just right up to you. Like trembling and uncertain. But this is someone that will not have his men question him, and he will charge forward anyway. Meaning that the attacks that he is about to make at you will be at disadvantage.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yikes. So the first one hits with a 19.
Oh.
Yeah.
And the second one, a 14.
Hits.
Okay.
Azreal, again, he seems like an easy target to hit right now. He's not really trying to move out the way.
8 bludgeoning on the first strike. And 5 on the second.
Math.
As this individual leaps down, hammer in hand, kind of runs forward. He was not ready for people that could fight back, and just takes 2 swings with this warhammer that as it swings in your direction, there is almost this hum to the swings that does not feel like simple steel. As it and you feel it impact, and that bludgeoning just hurts. That is him, and we move back up to Fang.
There's definitely like black, ichory, like dark, super dark crimson, almost black on the hammer, as Azreal is definitely bloody.
Oh god.
Can I be like there?
Yeah, you can be on that square with the triggers.
Yay.
All right, go for it.
I'm going to bonus action steady aim on him.
Yeah.
That way I get advantage. And my speed will just be 0 for that turn.
Yeah.
Nat 20.
Incredible. Nat 20, I'm going to say that he is going to, like, out of the corner of his eye, sees that strike coming in. As he finishes a swing that cracks against Azreal, he goes to kind of try and butt the attack out of the way using his reaction to attempt to parry. But with a nat 20, just does nothing.
Oh, wow.
The dagger sinks in. Go ahead and roll some damage.
This is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Double all of those.
Uh-oh.
So, ding. 24 plus 5 is 29.
29 damage.
Incredible. A single strike that he barely saw coming gets him to bloodied instantly. Where do you strike him?
As he goes to parry, I'm going to strike his hand.
Yeah.
Oh!
Carving deep, immediately, like crimson pouring down the arm, smearing on the handle of this warhammer. So he screams out in pain. Anything else from Fang?
She's going to... Speed is 0 right now, so she can't really do that. So she'll just lick him.
Incredible.
Yep. That is a
You can nick for free? Damn.
extra attack with light weapon.
Yeah.
It can
Weapon
become an
mastery.
attack action instead of a bonus action attack.
Weapon masteries, baby.
I am one when I
21
miss,
to
but
hit.
I
Yeah, that'll hit.
I think I've heard this, what's it
go.
called? Scrape.
yeah.
Ha!
Graze.
4 piercing.
Amazing.
Scrape. Can I call it scrape now?
Oh, that won't get confusing.
I scrape
Not
them.
at all.
Yeah. Scrape, knit, graze. What's the difference?
Scratch.
Yeah, and that'll just be your turn.
Incredible. We move down to Zethia.
Seeing that Fang clearly has big guy handled, but clocking that Azreal isn't quite doing what Azreal usually does. So she just kind of, Azreal, snap out of it. And I will try and hit just the regular red guy over here.
Sweet.
And I will reckless attack, of course, because
Absolutely.
Zethia isn't complete without it.
and it's a natural 20.
Hey,
I will
very nice.
pulverize him. Can we see how much damage I
Yeah,
can do, though?
absolutely. You never know. You might roll some ones.
Bro fucking gets sliced in half.
Dude.
He's
Okay.
just a little dude.
So,
Actually got 300 hit points.
savage attacker, so
Oh,
either
shit.
7 or
He's got a face too.
take the 7. Doubled is 14, plus the 3 is 17, plus the 2 here is 19, plus frenzy,
Which also gets doubled.
19 plus,
Does it?
yeah.
Yes, this
Yeah,
is
it's a
a
part of attack
Roll
roll.
dice.
Yep.
33
33.
slashing damage.
A clean slice to the point that to anyone that wasn't paying very close attention, it would almost look like you didn't strike him until his body just falls into. He's got
Oh man. Poor dude.
3 times his HP in one strike, pretty
My
much.
God, dude, I didn't just put him in the ground. I I sent him to hell. Holy.
Anything else from Zethia?
I really wish I had extra attack. Yeah, I'll move up, and I guess both as kind of, yeah, I'll make it even more scary for him.
Uh-oh.
Moving in a way that is both intimidating to this dwarf, but also to kind of gesture to Azreal that I have his back if he's feeling a little out of it.
Yep.
And then I'll end my turn there.
Incredible. We move down to the rest of the bandits.
Ah, crap. Oh, crap! I was so caught up in the moment that I forgot I needed to protect the cart.
There the horse!
The 2 that are in melee with Zethia will both take strikes at you.
With advantage.
Wonderful.
Surely the archers aren't going to leave their captain to...
First one hits with
To
an
die.
unnatural 20,
Yeah.
and the second one hits with a, Jesus, unnatural 22.
22.
Yeah. 2 piercing on the first one.
So 1.
Yep. And 7 piercing on the second one.
So 3.
Yep.
Sick. So I take
As arrows sink into your skin again, lessened by the effects of rage. The other 2 archers here, as they pull around, one of them is going to take an attack on the horse. The other is going to attempt to shoot out the back wheel.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, no, this isn't good.
One at the front. Natural 20 on the horse.
No. Horses.
No!
Do horses have a lot of HP? We
have a
can't
look.
lose our horse.
Decent amount. I would guess like 15.
I'm going to try help the horse with logic towards the DM.
Yeah, man.
Surely they are at disadvantage that their captain, their leader, is surrounded by 3 of the enemies that are wiping through their team. and they can't focus.
They have their orders.
Oh shit!
Horse has 15 HP.
Goodbye.
Ah, I called it
Okay,
right.
so it might be okay.
This guy's rolling a d8.
Roll a 1.
So there is a chance that the horse perishes here.
Oh shit!
I
Got
don't
enough
think
stats.
it will.
If he rolls max.
2 doubled is 4, plus 1 is 5.
Okay, he
An
lives.
arrow sinks deep into the muscle of one of the horse's front legs. It rears up. You hear that arrow snap as it pulls its muscle back. The other archer is going to take a shot at the back wheel, gets caught up and just hits the dirt beneath it. But the horse is slightly wounded and frantic at this point. As we move down to Azreal.
Will you allow, being that he's frightened,
Yeah.
that I could cast a ranged spell with not disadvantage?
Yes, I will allow it.
Azreal in this state, shadows flaming and increasing. They're in like the silence of some swings when everyone's turning around, horse being shot, and those moments of silence. There is this ping, this weird sound of rattling, as like there's a sound of the metal strap on his mask shaking. Bonus action,
Yeah.
his shadow is going to spread and go up the dwarf's body, and almost 2 shadow hands are going to grab him and hold him down.
Yeah.
As for free, I'm going to cast Hex.
Yeah, nice.
And then his hand is going to just become as big as the dwarf's head, grab his face, and I'm going to just unleash a burst of shadow energy, and I'm going to Scorching Ray.
Incredible.
Damn. That's the first.
Which rolled a hit,
His
and
boat's gonna catch me.
because I don't have disadvantage, I do have advantage on all spell attack rolls right now.
Indeed.
That one will be 19 for the first one,
That will hit.
18 for the
That
second
will
one.
hit.
Oh, the tree.
Can't be better than that. That's 20 for the last one.
Nice.
So one of them is doubled.
Yeah, so the last one's double.
Hell yeah.
Okay, how much damage is this? This is a lot. Okay, so it's all 3 hit.
Yeah.
3 plus 3, 6. So it's 96
Holy shit. Is it 3 per bolt? That's crazy.
because of Hex.
Oh, of course. Yeah, totally.
So it's...
Need some die.
Oh, what
No,
do
I
you
got
want?
dice.
What do you want?
I got heaps of dice.
Yeah.
So I'll do the first 2 bolts because one of
Yeah.
them's doubled.
So 3.
So do your first 6 altogether.
Yeah.
And the last 3 you can double.
Oh.
$27 so far.
Incredible.
And then another 3. Oh, no. What did I say was it before?
23.
23 plus 14.
Amazing.
He's dead.
37.
37 damage.
Those hands come up to hex him, hold him in place. As they do, as he sees that, he shouts out, "Men, run!" As you place your hand on his face. I would say all of the shadows around the group of you clustered there seem to darken a little bit. Is there anything else visually that we notice in this moment? What does this attack look like?
As Azreal grabs his head, he will push him back to the floor,
Yeah.
and the rattling of his mask almost breaking is followed up by just a burst of shadow and the ground cracking, and again, and as his body falls limp in that second one, he will just continue to blast this massive amount of shadow.
Yeah.
And there's almost times where it feels like some of it is lashing out and almost hitting everyone around him.
Yeah. This energy dissipating through here. This leader of this dwarven bandit troop here, dead in the dirt, his men looking in horror, will attempt to run and flee in their next round of combat. As you pull your hand away, the damage dealt by this, do you imagine that there is nothing left, or do we see bone underneath?
There is... It feels like there is just this, you see the cracked skull, but the flesh that was there has just almost shrunken, and the life force has just been sucked out of it to the point of it just barely being there.
Incredible. You pull your hand away, shadowy tendrils following behind. His warhammer that was in his hand hits the ground. You hear this for a moment, this kind of echoing radiance almost. That is your turn? Or is there anything else you would do?
He just lifts the hand up to see what he's done. Looks around and just places his hand back on.
Mm-hmm. The bandit captain will not be getting a turn this round. We'll move back up to Fang, as you see all of these bandits kind of pivot on their foot to head the other direction.
Now that he's gone,
Yeah, do you want to
Yes.
maybe yoink them?
Thank you.
she's going to bonus action dash. She'll be there. 1, 2, 3,
Good.
4, 5, 6,
Nice.
Nice.
7. And she'll stab him.
Yeah.
Straight roll. Hoi. 19.
19 will hit.
Hoi. Yeah. Oh, max. 9 piercing.
Very nice.
Boop-a-doo, boop-a-doo-ba-doo. And she'll nick as well. Oh. 10 to hit.
10 does not quite hit,
Damn.
I'm afraid. Scraping off of leather armor, taking a chunk with it, but not getting through. Moving to Zethia.
Well, damn. That display was certainly something. Zethia's gonna, give it some space, honestly. She's
I'm gonna leave it
gonna
to it.
shift backwards one step, because that was something, and she's gonna go for just that one that's in front of her.
Yeah, totally.
With the same amount of force that she hit the other guy with, is going to attempt to cleave this guy in half as well.
Yeah.
Let's get another natural 20. No, but that's okay. That's a 16 to hit.
That will definitely hit.
Alright, so we've got Savage Attacker, so we've got a 9, or 11. So 11 plus 14, plus 2 is 16, plus rage damage, bonus, 16, 23 slashing damage.
Another bandit felled here on the grass.
Nice. Cleaved in two.
Like butter.
Like butter.
Butter.
And she will continue to move around.
Yeah.
Just steady herself, and kind of keep an eye on Azreal as well, because this is something new.
Yeah, totally. Moving from your turn down to the bandits. The one that is engaged with Fang is just going to sprint out of your combat range.
He's not gonna hit the special move.
Oh, damn.
Oh, pay me quick.
He's using his action to dash as fast as he can.
Swinging.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Get him.
There's a unnatural 20.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Yeah. Oh, 7 person.
And he does not get very far.
Hey!
So he is gone.
Not many left now.
The one here.
Run away.
Dude's not sure where to go.
Yeah.
He's lost.
I like it.
Which way's he going?
I like it. Goes back, completes them. He's like nudging around.
But leaves Fang's combat range as well.
Yes.
You already used your reaction.
Oh.
God damn, go real far.
Double reaction.
Wait, what the fuck is it?
Yeah, he was real far.
6, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he doesn't get anywhere near that far. What am I
Jesus Christ.
doing? And this last one is going to be a bit of a dipshit.
Nah.
Well, he's left my range
He's
now.
left both of y'all's range here.
Oh, that's what you meant.
He would
Yeah.
technically leave Azreal's range first.
Do you attack?
No.
All right.
I'm still
Then he leaves
focused
it,
on the
yes.
shadow.
Still with Reckless.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's a 21 to hit.
That will hit.
All right. Attempting to also cleave this one as he
Yeah.
runs past.
Yeah, get him. Get his legs.
So either an 8 or a 5. Take the 8 plus 3 is 11 plus range damage is 13 plus frenzy is 16 slashing damage. And
He
indeed,
also does not make it very far. A single bandit that has managed to get
can't let him get
some
away.
distance away. Just, look, I'll leave you be. I'll leave you be. And he is like sprinting full speed. That was the bandit's turn. Moved at Azreal.
Azreal will kind of like wake up a little and grab the mask and holding it down as it's trying to like unclip.
Yeah.
He's going to kind of wobble his way down this
Yeah.
distance as far as he can get to try to get to him.
As he walks past Zethia, she will kind of shift out of the way.
He's going to get there and his shadow arm is just going to like quickly just point at him. And there's this moment where everything is just raising again and the bloodlust and everything that happened is just increasing and he's just, I'm not going to let that happen. I need to be strong. I can do this. And just out of all the shadows, 3 bolts are going to, and I will also hex him because I've killed my hex target.
Yeah, nice.
So I go
Absolutely.
for free. That's gonna be 22 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
19 to hit.
That'll hit.
A 19 to hit.
Yep, that'll do the job. Disgusting.
Disgusting!
Disgusting shit.
28.
Holy shit. These rays of shadow reaching out. The first impact shatters like his shoulder. You hear it just torn from the joint as the second and third see him fall in the dirt where he stands. And aside from the sounds of a wounded horse The battlefield is quiet here.
Holy moly.
Trying not to get Zethia's or Azreal's attention,
Yeah.
Fang will go to the horse.
Mm-hmm.
And is the pointed part of the arrow still in?
Yeah, there's
the
like a
horse?
good 3 inches of the arrow still in the horse.
She'll try and tug it out and push on the wound
Yeah.
and look at Taramir.
Give me a sleight of hand check here to see if you can tug this arrow out without dealing any damage.
What is it? 21.
21. Surgical precision.
Wow.
Twisting it the same way that it went in and pulling the arrowhead out, putting pressure on the wound and looking over at him. He kind of gives you a bit of a look and kind of gets down and rushes over to help as well. What is happening in the tree line as this occurs?
Keeping my distance from Azreal. I haven't put my greatsword away yet, but I just want to see what the state of Azreal is and whether he's going to calm back down.
Azreal drops to one knee, and he's, like Zethia would have seen many times now, his shadow arm starts to try go in, but it just comes out again, and he's trying to grab it and forcefully put it in. As when he does, almost there's this like bulge in the mask, and he's just trying to reassess, and he's frightened, and he's just mad, and starts to hit the ground, and he's, this power is, I will figure you out, do what I need, or don't be here. And he's just trying to stop it from lashing out around him at the moment.
Azreal?
Yes, what is it?
Do you need a moment?
I can get this under control. I have to. It's not going to happen again.
Zethia will stay there, and she'll just keep an eye on him.
All right. Taking a moment, likely the better part of a minute, I would imagine.
Yes.
To calm. As Taramir gets off the front of the carriage and walks up beside Fang, just places like his hand next to yours and just gives a nod to kind of take over and place his hand on the wound there.
Fang will head over to Zethia
Yeah.
after seeing that whole shadow fiasco.
Yep.
What's with him?
He just needs a moment. This power is something new for him, and I think, honestly, this is the first time I've seen it like this. That's why I'm keeping an eye on it. He did some good damage out there. You're pretty feisty. I like it.
Not bad yourself.
And I'll just keep watching Azreal just
like-
struggle.
Fang will look down at your pocket. What about that rock?
The bright rock?
Wouldn't that help him?
You know what? Worth a shot. It's either gonna anger the shadows or actually make it better. Light. And I'll slowly approach Azreal with it and just hold it out in front of me and see if there is a reaction at all.
I would say that before he even realizes that that light is coming towards him, like shadow from just starts going from his shoulder, his arm, anywhere, just starts to reach out at it
Oh,
to snuff it out.
light.
And I'll tuck it back into my pocket and just, okay, sorry, I'll give you time.
As that happens, I'll say that Azreal kind of tries and stands up. As the shadow wisps from his mask kind of subside and go back to normal, and his arm will just drop, like almost like it detached from his body, and it will just hit the ground like a pool of ink and just fade into shadow again.
Oh, you're still standing.
There's too much to do to fall this soon.
Alright, well, I don't know how I can be of help, but let me know if you need help with anything, and I'll be there. It looks painful.
It's painful in many ways. It hurts, but it feels familiar. I feel if I decide to just go all out, that there'll be nothing left of me. I feel like all I will see is darkness, but not the type I can see through. I just got sick of those last days, the cave, everything.
You know, I kind of get it. I was so excited to finally fight something. It's what I do best. It's kind of all I've ever known. So I was a bit frustrated with the pathway here, but you know what? I think Ptolemy was right. We shouldn't be so hard on ourselves. I think we've done good. You've done good.
I have a feeling that maybe I've never really had the chance to do something that I wanted. This power. I don't know how I have it. I didn't choose to have it. And here I am trying to use something that I just feel disconnected from, afraid of. I don't trust other people that well, and all I have done is fight for a long time, but now it feels like I'm fighting against myself as well. It's a bit exhausting.
I think you'll get it eventually. But for now, we take it so.
I'll try and not let that happen again.
Well, there's only so much you can do.
I look to the dwarf's face. Oh, wait a moment. Ezra will like kind of limp over. Like there he is. Like for the first time you've ever seen, he is bloodied. He is bleeding, and it isn't bright red. It's not black ichor, but it is the darkest of crimsons. And he just kind of wobbles over and, not with his shadow arm as it's now gone, he will try to pick up the weapon that he had felt like vibrate his core.
Yeah.
And just kind of drag it against the ground.
Oh, that looks nice.
He
Oh, yes.
hit me with it, but it's not normal. There was some sort of, I don't know. I don't know if I'd call it magic, but it was it shook my bones.
The metal.
Hmm.
What kind of metal is this?
Give me a...
Like, I'm trying to figure out if it's just your run-of-the-mill steel, or
Yeah.
is this something that's been maybe imbued with something, or it's a special kind of steel, or whatever. What am I
Should we all
looking at?
take a long rest and figure out what our stuff is?
give me a history check. And yes.
We'll
Short
get to
rest
that.
it is.
That's all right. Yeah,
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. This is like a steel alloy. Like it is very well forged and is not the kind of weapon that you would see in the hand of bandits. Like this was likely,
Stolen.
taken from a battlefield. And much to that effect. On the side, like this is a warhammer, right? On the side of it, you can see a symbol that would be familiar to at least the two of you. A half sun is emblazoned on the side of the warhammer.
I like see a glimpse of it, and I like touch like my chest where I was like hit. Did it like leave?
I'll leave that up to you.
Yeah, it's like a little like.
Yeah.
And I like. I don't know if Azreal knows it. He definitely doesn't. But there's just that extra sharing pain kind of picks up as he realizes.
Well, I'll probably scratch that off, but it's nice. It's hefty.
Spits blood out. Yeah.
Well, if you couldn't already notice, I like big weapons.
Is it? Surely it's big.
I think it's big. It's a warhammer.
It's a warhammer. Like it's not, great sword or maul sized, but it's,
It's
sizable.
no great sword, but it's pretty nice.
I don't even. I'd call your sword whatever larger than a great sword that I've seen.
Yes, well, I kind of had that done.
While they're having that conversation, Fang is gonna check all the bodies to see if there's any items that might have been from the previous battle that we went past.
Give me an investigation check.
Investigate. Fang on the scene. Pretty good. Investigation. Unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. Unnatural 20, eh?
Yeah.
These individuals, they're not well stocked, but they're definitely like a hunting party that have been sent out. Each of them have a ration on them still, so there'd be 6 rations to get.
Whoa.
You find a handful, about 15 silver pieces amongst them. And most notably, a geometric glass vial with a viscous green liquid inside.
Green?
It's my favorite drink.
Can I is it corked?
Yeah, there's like a small stopper in the top. Taking a sniff and maybe taking a small bit. A moment there spent studying, as the idea of potions is that a small taste can at least tell you what the effects are.
It did.
I will give you a piece of paper for it after the session. A potion of pugilism, which for 10 minutes means that your unarmed strikes do an extra 1d6 force damage on a hit.
Wait, that's good for you, right? Because you swipe with claws or daggers.
Dags.
But yes,
Oh,
if
yeah,
someone
you've got
wanted
cat
to,
score unarmed.
if someone wanted to swap to unarmed strikes for a combat, 10 minutes, an extra d6.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't mind just punching someone's lights out.
That is all that they seem to have on them.
Okay.
Including dwarf.
Yes.
I'm already scratching off the symbol on the warhammer.
Fang's gonna go over to Turamir to see what the status is on the horse.
Azreal also wander over.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're all
The three of you
Using
kind of
up.
wander over, and he's kind of like there, just calming the horse down, running his hands over its back. Kind of looks at Fang, and then looks at the two of you. Just a scratch, just scared her. He kind of runs his hand along where there's just like a ever so faint scrape where an arrow might have nicked a horse.
Oh, thank God. Okay. I felt a bit bad once I had made my way deeper into this and then saw that someone was shooting at the horse. Would suck if we lost our horse.
It would definitely extend our travel.
We still good to go.
I do believe so.
Move over. As he like this. So,
Shuffles to the side. It helps you up.
All right, let's get going then.
Continuing further on for the last little bit of this day's travel.
Oof.
As finally you leave this narrow path between hill and mountain, and before you can see a much, much easier to navigate landscape.
We like that. We love that.
Sprawling out in front of you, to your left for another half a day's travel, is a forest that gives way to a river that you will have to cross. But looking over to the eastern side, where you would have had to cross if you'd taken the Scorched Plain route, or the Scorched Belt route, would have been a lake you would have had to cross. Here it is a narrow stream. And then on the other side of that, 2 days' travel across open meadow, which will be a much easier time in the coming days.
Let's go.
But as that day's journey with the forest to your left comes to near conclusion, I'll say, Fang, again with your passive perception, looking down in the slightly more grassy, less dry ground here beneath you, you can begin to see those 4 sets of hoofprints again that are all leading south. And something catches your attention. At first you just think it's a scrap of something lying on the ground, but notice text and writing on a piece of parchment that has been soaked through earth and stomped by hoof. And it only catches your attention because at the top of it you see Sakir's name spelt. And you find a piece of parchment on the ground here in your travels.
Oh shit!
let's go! Knowledge.
You're gonna read it out?
For my eyes only.
Oh, for your eyes only? Okay.
Up to Fang.
True. Fair. No need to read it out if Fang wouldn't.
But once she has read through that, unless she wishes to share, we'll probably wrap up our session here and continue with...
She keeping this
All
for
right.
herself.
Damn.
With a brief few days' travel to the city of Bellum, which now, across that lake, maybe 3 days from where you are, you can begin to see a large stone wall and signs of rooftops of a much, much larger settlement to the south. That is where we'll wrap up tonight and pick up with the rest of our journey south next session, which will hopefully be a little less eventful. for our party.
With this gang, ain't no way.
We're so close,
Oh
but so
my God.
far.
Do I know what the can I look at the Warhammer?
We'll do that whenever you guys take a rest in the next session.
Yeah, we just got wrist.
Kyle,
Damien.
I'll write it down though so I don't forget to remind you.
the bullet.
The bullet, yeah.